Hey there everyone, it's Ariane Builds over here. If you come to this video, you've probably watched my shorts about my 520D rebuild. This is the turbo strip down and choice of new turbo video. Move the actuator, take it off like that. This comes off with the actuator. Okay, those two, 3, 4. And the clamp off, put this bolts back on to these, that bolt and that bolt by disconnecting this electric module. So just undone all these 10mm bolts. It just pops right off. We do not lose them. Once we've put the 3 bolts back on, I also took the split pin that was there with the actuator thing over here and I put it back on, so at least we know everything is right there. And there's the clamp for it. I'm going to put the bolts back in there so they stay there. But what came off it is the heat shield with this plate. It's over here, the oil feed line. And we just remove the gaskets. The metal part that I did take off was the drain pipe to the sump. The feed pipe is this one over here. Got 2 washers, one in the front, one at the back, and the screw. Remove those. I'm just going to take off this actuating arm, the clamp. I'm going to separate the hot side from the cold side. And I've been told that because the hot side, they expand and contract the bolt, so it's going to be harder to get out. So penetrate through. So once you just crack them, I just use a 10 spanner with a 25 kg hammer. Just undo the bolt, and it's got a washer, so don't misplace that as well. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm just going to hit the casing, pick it up and just... Right, if you couldn't use the mallet hammer, what I did was I put the 10 bolt back in, and I found something that was big enough to fit between the 10 bolt and here to create a wedge, and I loosened it on opposite ends until it cracked, and you hear casing it became loose. And then once it's loose, I just shook it and it just popped off. So once that's off, I have to take off the core. No, I think they're 10mm. Now there must be like 8mm bolts off, and then you'll have the core separated. One more bolt to go. The rings over here aren't well lubricated. A lot of carbon. And there we go. This is the whole core. I don't know much about turbos. If you guys could help me out and let me know, where could this turbo feel? I feel some like roughage in the oil. I think if I want to find out more, it would be to strip the core apart and see. But for now, let's take a look at this. We're going to need to clean it up. So the stock turbo on this 520D Touring is a Garrett turbo. And T15, DN3. What you're going to do is, the housing looks pretty fine. You're going to keep the turbo housing and replace the core. Turbo housing looks quite good. Difference. Just going to agitate it as clean everything is becoming. It's all dirt and grime. It's cleaned to the best. Cleaned and dried. It's the old. You can see I haven't yet cleaned it. I don't intend to, but I'm going to open up the new core first. The box right there. I got this off eBay for £100. The core kit. Seals, gaskets, rings. That's the manual over there. And this right here is our part. We are going to need this top cover onto the turbo. I never took that off. We are going to need to take this off to mount it onto there. 25 screws, loosen them up. So after all that effort of removing the turbo, we find that the core seems to be fine, but this is called, it's basically a housing. It houses the turbine and the actuator that opens and closes depending on airflow and how much airflow is needed to the turbo. So this housing over here is broken. Now if I were to get all the parts and a new core with the housing, that is £300. So why not buy a new turbo instead? And that's what I've done. Alright guys, here is our new turbo from TurboFit. We are not sponsored in any way, but I needed a part and this is the part I got. I did order some just in case they didn't come, and I got some few extra bolts and stuff that I'd need, as well as a syringe for the oil. This is the sorting on the turbo for the rotational speed. Right, for the big reveal. This is our new turbo, guys. £430 from TurboFit, whereas if you get it directly from suppliers or get it directly from the dealership, then you're looking at maybe £900. I saw in Eurocar Parts they're charging £900 for a turbo for this car. So it's got all the brackets like before, same size, all torque to spec. We can see it's got the electrics module already pretty clean. He's got the actuator over there. Everything's hooked up properly. The oil feed line, hose, and yeah, everything looks the same. There's no play at all. Have a look at my shorts. The content there is much better. I'm going to develop my YouTube long form videos, but in the meantime, please subscribe, like, comment, and follow. Keep the notification bell on for the next episodes.